It's your boy that bought you from the ground ups. I told you I was coming back to fit in. Vegas Chronicles. That's what we own. Join me on my journey, brick by brick. Anyway, this episode right here, this is called When Bullying Goes Wrong. See, due to my, I guess you could say violent behavior, I was sent to Shelby Training Center, which is in Memphis, Tennessee. Um, I had at that point been to Elko 3 times, already in Caliente. I've been to the Crazy House. Basically, my behavior was so destructive, you know, and I'm gonna go over that. But they eventually sent me to Tennessee. And when I first went, I went with Cassio from Donna. They actually walked us through McCarran Airport in handcuffs. We was young too. Two little black boys walking through there, and then people looking at us, being escorted by people in uniforms. I bet they was asking themselves, like what could they have done, But we trying to look hard and walk with a limp like it's cool, but we get sent way over here on the other side of America to, the South and, Memphis. They don't too much like city boys. You know what I mean? It's just like oil and vinegar. We don't mix. And they, first off, the way they talk was like to us, like they was slow. Hey man, what's going on, John? What's going on? And they get mad. They be, oh, whole ass boy, you better go on before I spring on your ass, old whole ass trick. Quit playing with me, boy. Go on, Jones, go on. They talk hella weird. But when they say we talk like white people, and then, we wear Chucks, Nike Cortez, you know what I'm saying? And they was wearing the feelers we wore back in the 80s. So they was laughing at us for wearing Chucks. Because I had some black ones with some black fat laces in it. They was clowning me for wearing Chucks. And I'm like, y'all got on shit we wore in 85. And then they wore pants that said damaged and stuff like that and had patches on them. And to us, it was just weird. And everybody had gold in their mouth. And out there, it's different. It's South versus North, North Memphis versus South Memphis, and they got like neighborhoods like Hertz Village, New Morn Gardens, Castadia, Dixie Home, Tulane, Germantown, Whitehaven, um, Orange Mound. I was actually in Echo and 8 Ball from the rap group 8 Ball and MJG. 8 Ball was in Foxtrot. And this is back in, I think, 91. He was locked up. His first single was called Lyrics of a Pimp. And the DJ out there at that time was named DJ Spanish Fly. And this when Penny Hardaway played for Memphis State, right when they was building that pyramid out there. And I think this the same year, if I'm not mistaken, UNLV won the championship. If I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's a few Vegas dudes up there. And, some of them was like Chubb from West Coast Bloods, K-Dog from NTG, Lil Craze from Northtown Gangster, me, Cassio, a few, Lil Jesse I think was up there. It was a few, But anyway, to make a long story short, on this particular day, Chubb from West Coast Bloods, Marquez Hardison. I've been knowing him a long time. And I remember Chubb when he used to claim Gerson, just to keep it 100, And I know his brother KC, and for whatever reason, Chubb became a West Coast Blood. It happens. People was one thing, people become other things. That's not to say nothing other than it happens, But anyway, on this particular day, I decided I wanted to try to bully this boy, And I've been a bully basically my whole life I was a bully. So I was trying to bully this boy. Now this boy here is one of those light-skinned, short, stocky, stubby dudes that was benching almost 400 pounds when he was 14, 15 years old. So he one of them strong little yellow dudes, one of them Daniel Cormier type dudes, you know what I mean? But anyway, on this day we was in this vocational class that all the Vegas guys and people from out of state end up in, where they teach you how to cook. And Mr. Guzman was the name of the teacher. He was a Korean dude. And on this day, a Cyclone from Little Loco, Sergio Martinez, and Chubb was kicking it. And I decided to go over there and start talking crazy. I was like, "Hey Chubb, when you become a West Coast Blood, like, who put you on?" You know what I mean? And he was like, "She gone with that bullshit, nigga. You always on that bull." And I'm like, "No, who put you on? When you become a West Coast Blood? Cause you used to be a Gerson." So I started messing with him, and I was doing it in front of Cyclone. And every time I was like, "You used to be a Gerson," Cyclone was like, "Oh shit, Holmes, you was a Gerson, oh Holmes, you." I was messing with him, and Cyclone putting extras on it. So he started getting irritated. He started going. He went from, to, it wasn't funny. And so I wouldn't leave him alone. I was like, you're a buster. You from Busterville, nigga. You used to be from the set, now you're a blood. You're a West Coast Blood. He was like, "She gone with that shit, man." He was like, "Nigga, I'm a blood. I'm from West Coast Blood, 1304. And I was like, "Nigga, you used to be a GPK, nigga. You was a Gerson, nigga. You ain't even, who put you on West Coast, nigga? Name 10 real West Coast Bloods. Name 10 real ones. How it started? When did it start?" I was asking him questions I knew he couldn't answer. And that put fuel on the fire. So we start, you know, cooking, and I wouldn't leave him alone. Every time I walked by him, I taunt him. "Buster. You're a buster. I just wouldn't leave this dude alone." And he been knowing me since Elko. We was homies at one time. And even when he became a blood, we still stayed cool. But it was just something about me, I was just in his ear. I was on him. Like, "You ain't finna get no love today, boy. I done sought you out, found you, and I'm finna just torment your ass with all this abusive language that I got." And he was letting me do it, so I got comfortable with doing it. And I should have known right then and there. You don't poke the bear. Sometimes in life you have to learn the hard way, but fortunately sometimes the hard way be very valuable lessons that we need to learn. And you know what? Like they say, I was gonna learn that day. So after we cook our food, right? We sit at the table. He sit down first, and you could tell he irritated and mad because he isolated himself. He sat at a table that normally no one would sit at, because we all ate out in another area, out in another room. But he stayed inside the actual kitchen at a table that was in the corner, and he ate over there. So me, being the bully that I am, and feeling no fear, and got this S on my chest, I said, "You know what? I'm gonna go over there and sit down with him and taunt him some more." So I went over there and I sat down, and I had this Dr. Pepper, and staff used to go, till they had a vending machine, and if you cool with the staff, they'll go get you one. They even bought us in Subway sandwiches. It was cool. So I sat over there with my little food. I was like, "So let me ask you a question." And he was like, "Sheep." And he looked at me, and he gave me like this serious ass look. He was like, "Go on with that shit, man." I was like, "No, but just answer this question." He was like, "I don't want to answer nothing, nigga. Go on with that shit. I ain't playing shit. Go on, man." I said, "What you mean you ain't playing? What you saying?" He was like, "Dude, go on, man." I was like, "You mad because you can't name 10 original West Coast Bloods, nigga? Is that why you mad?" And then Cyclone, he was sitting there looking, and even he was like, "Enough is enough. Leave him alone, man. Goddamn. But I wasn't trying to hear nothing. I'm trying to prove my point. That's how narcissist I was. I was trying to prove my point. And the fact that he used to, be from the Gerson, now he was a blood, that just wasn't sitting right with me. So now I'm finna put this cat on blast, and I'm finna do it how I want to do it. So I say, "You know what?" I say, "I bet you this right here. I bet if Hercules, a head cutter, or somebody was standing right here, they wouldn't even know who the hell you was." And he was like, "They do. I know who Hercules is. I know who my big homie is." I say, "He your big homie?" I say, "He your big homie?" I say, "Master G, them used to, Dirty Rob used to be your big homie. Nah, he your big homie." So he was like, "Hey, Sheep, hey, homie, on my mama, go on with that." I was like, "Man, I don't want to hear that." So I cracked my pop, right? My 7 Up. Like, this dude a buster. And I took a big ass swallow out of it, right? And I burped in his face so loud. Like, I just burped in his face hella loud, right? And I turned this way after I burped, like, because I was like, damn, that was a good one. Whew. And when I turned back this way, I seen a yellow fist coming toward my face. For real, I'm not lying. And it was like in unison. It was like this dude was at one with the universe, because the motion and the way that my face was moving like this and the way his hand came, it my face angled itself at the right spot and his fist landed in the right place. Because when he hit me, he knocked me and the chair back so far. We was at least 6 feet away from the wall. He hit me so hard in the middle of my forehead. Look, it was like I went back in time. For real, he hit me so hard, and when he hit me, I flew back against the wall. Boom! When I hit the wall, I see this light-skinned figure, but it was blurry, but it was moving fast. It was moving fast. And it was coming toward me, right? And then I seen that yellow fist again. But this time it was coming from over there. And when it hit me, it knocked me out the chair. Boom! He hit me so hard. Listen, he hit me so hard, my shadow was still sitting in the chair, but my actual body was over there. He hit me so hard, he knocked spirit. Listen, I thought I was a BTD for about 30 seconds. That's how hard he hit me. And look, he got me on the ground. Now look, I done pissed this boy off. And I'm a wrestler and a hell of a fighter. But I had unlocked something up in him that no matter what I did or attempted to do, it didn't even look like I attempted to do it. Because that boy was on me like a pit, shaking. Look, look, I don't lie. I keep it real. I got a nice record. I done won probably 94% of my fights. But I done took some L's. Everybody have. But this L right here was an important one, because it was a life changer. Have you ever been punched when you was on the ground and been slid on the ground? Look, he hit me when I was on the ground and was sliding me and pulling me by my leg back to him. And I'm saying to myself, why they not breaking it up? Why they just standing around? It was not. Listen, I bullied that boy and I pushed that boy so far. That boy was hitting me so I ain't never in my life, and I've been hit with bats. The police done kicked in the door and hit me in the head. I done shot I done fought goon squads. But I never have been hit this goddamn hard. And he a kid. Ain't no kid on this planet supposed to be hitting like that, especially another kid. But he was hitting me so hard, man, and when they finally came and got him up off me, I got up and was stumbling. Talking about, nigga, this Gershon with one shoe on. I ain't even know why. Look. And then I can feel the knots just coming as I, like, did this. They raised my forehead. I can feel the knots just swelling. Like my forehead just felt like my forehead felt like a couch. It was like, you know how a couch cushion feel? That's how my forehead. Listen, I swear to God, when they took me to the infirmary, the nurse said, "What's wrong with that man's head? What did he hit him with?" And I got to touching it. Oh my God! It was like mountains and like what. Whoa. You should never bully nobody. And when a person tell you to leave them alone, you should leave them alone. Me and Chubb can't even say we had a fight because that first punch took the whole fight out of me. He hit me so hard. People, look, I'm a man. I'm a grown man, and I ain't no shame in my game. I gave it. Sometimes I got it. And just as brutal as I was, I felt brutality. And to anybody that's out there that think that they can't be whooped, you corner a cat. To you youngsters out there that think that you can't be whooped, you corner a cat. And a lot of y'all is losing your life because you think that if you walk away from something, they'll perceive you as a punk or weak. You think if you walk away from something that you know deep inside ain't worth fighting or doing what you go do, but you worried about what they go say. Let me explain something to you. What about when it don't go your way and now you gone? You can't hear what people say about you. You won't know what people say about you because you dead. You dead. And you won't know what people say about you on death row. Those same people that you was worried about will call you weak. When you sitting on death row waiting to be executed, you won't hear their voices. You won't. When you a bully and you go around bullying people, you go get what I got. You go get what I got, or even worse. I was supposed to learn my lesson that day. I didn't. But I want you to take it from me. It was a bunch of people that did what I did that ended up in other places. Not in the infirmary with lumps in their head. They ended up in front of a corner. And when you end up there, it ain't no redeeming yourself. Ain't no coming back from that. So when I bring you this here, it's not all about fun and games, man. I'm not doing this to say, yeah, go out there and be a goddamn monkey. I'm trying to tell you and show you why you shouldn't bully people, and I'm going to use my experience to do it. Real life stories from Vegas Chronicles. Just like I bought you from the ground up. Stay tuned in. You know, every time I bring it to you, it's going to be crispy. Just like you got it from Hamburger Heaven. Until then. Damn.